Over the past 8 years, we have been inviting you to this tea to honor some very special women. In that time, our videos have introduced you to new aspects of our organization, who we help, how we help, and what our goals are. And every year we need to update our message as our family grows, as our outreach expands, as people continue to struggle.
The St. Francis Food Pantries and Shelters' main goal continues to be to alleviate both the physical and the emotional hunger of the poor and needy. Because it is not easy to ask for help, our approach has always been with compassion, as we help the spirit of our brothers and sisters in need.
Our network of food pantries is scattered throughout New York City, Long Island, and New Jersey, providing a staple of groceries to the poor who phase these foods out when their budgets are reduced. Just as importantly, our feeding programs like Grandparents' Luncheon, Family Barbecue, Thanksgiving in February. They feed the people that are hungry for companionship, hungry to speak with others, hungry for the most basic emotional need of friendship.
The St. Francis Food Pantries and Shelters works to eliminate physical hunger, but just as importantly, the underlying cause of hunger, illiteracy. If you can't read, you can't fill out an application. Then you can't get the job. The reading programs we have developed, Ernie and the Big News and Reading Together, are aimed at empowering children to read by making it interesting and fun.
The St. Francis Network is also helping the mission of Downeyside, finding adoptive families for waiting American children. Over the last 40 years, we have helped 6,000 children, average age 12, who now are adopted into their forever family.
The St. Francis Food Pantries and Shelters also supports case management services to help people find affordable housing, counseling for people with addictions, support groups for victims of domestic violence, training for people that are looking for work, and clothing for those in need.
As a network, our capabilities are boundless as we continue to reach out to the poor of our area. Every year we are approached by people in our local business community with ideas for what they can offer, how they can help. Given our reach within so many communities, the St. Francis Food Pantries and Shelters can always match a need with an existing resource. Take, for example, Marianne Fusco and her winter coat drive.
It was a January, very cold afternoon, and of course none of us wanted to go out, so we ordered lunch in. And a fellow came to deliver my lunch, and he was wearing short sleeves. It was freezing. He was on a bike. I took a look at him, and I thanked him, paid him. When he was gone, I swung around in my chair and said, "That's it, organize a coat drive." We proceeded to ask our clients and customers, and we did a whole big marketing thing on coats. The first year we had maybe about 110 coats. We set goals, so this way people know what we're aiming for. So then it was 200 coats, now 300 coats. So last year's goal was 400 coats. And I would go around and I would thank the folks, and I put them in either a raffle or gave them each an individual gift for contributing to the poor from us to thank them. And I just took truckloads and I showed up at Father Francis's door, and that same fellow, now that I think of it, came back to deliver lunch. And we had already begun to collect coats. And I was so excited, and I said to him, "What are you doing? Go upstairs with her." And he kind of looked at me. I said, "No, don't worry about it, just go upstairs." And I said, "Joanne, take him upstairs, show him the coats, give him a coat." And he came down with a down coat. I'll never forget, it would make me do this job for the next 50 years.
I was so pleased last year to be honored as the recipient of the St. Francis Award. I got more involved in the breadth and reach of the food pantries and understanding what a great job they were doing, particularly in these difficult economic times. So it was a natural progression when we were renovating 270 Park Avenue, which will be one of the largest LEED Platinum renovations in the world, to look for ways to renew or reuse and recycle some of the materials in the building. And when we were walking through our commercial kitchens, instantly I thought of Father Francis and whether they might be able to use some of these items. You know, it's interesting. This is an industry that has a long history of giving back to the city that's been very generous in our careers to all of us. And last year when I looked around the Waldorf and I saw every single table filled with people that I've been working with throughout my long career, it's compelling to look at all of the wonderful things that they've done and how the St. Francis food pantries have really grown through the giving of the real estate industry. It's a wonderful feeling, you know, when you recognize that you have these items that someone else might be able to use, and then also look at some of our vendors who also said, well, I can deliver the equipment, or I can disconnect the equipment, or I can reconnect that equipment. And just to see the momentum that's built. And these are all people that we work with every single day.
I'm Joe Sano. I am the Managing Director of St. Francis Food Pantries and Shelters. We are a blessed organization that is in the business of giving. We truly thank you all for your support you have given us throughout the years. Every year we are approached by people like you that want to get involved with the St. Francis Food Pantries and Shelters. We welcome you, we welcome your ideas, because without you, we cannot make a difference. Thank you.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened,